This week's episode of The Roundtable. On this show, we dissect, analyze, and we talk about issues that are eating up the Nigerian polity and how it affects Nigerians. My name is Shegun Odunwayo. Usually, we have two very intelligent guests who will help us dissect these issues, and we are having the same setup, the same formation that we had last week, Thursday. We have here with us this beautiful and cold afternoon Mr. Adekunle Aliu is our deputy editor. Thank you very much for being a part of this production this beautiful Thursday afternoon.
Welcome, sir.
Yeah, and to my left is Eniton Daramola. Eniton, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Shegun.
I like the smile.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right, welcome back from the holidays, guys. And how do we begin this afternoon? We begin with the crisis in Rivers. This is not the first time this is happening. In fact, it is not the first time that we are having issues in the politics of Rivers State. But when lives are being lost, when properties are being destroyed, and when security is becoming a serious issue, then I think everyone has to become jittery. What happened again? I guess that's the question on your lips. The local government chairman, the tenure of the local government chairman ended on Monday. And of course, from Tuesday, that was 48 hours ago, it was expected of them not to return to office. But certain local government chairmen that are believed to be loyal to the Minister of FCT, Wike, were said to have said that there was a certain law that was brought about by the House of Assembly. Of course, the House of Assembly is said to be controlled by a speaker who is said to be loyal to the minister. And that the law says that if there is no election that is being conducted at the due date, they had a few more months to go in office. These are the words of some of the men, the local government chairmen that are loyal, that were said to be loyal to the minister. However, certain persons that were said to be loyal to the governor, Fubara, have said expiration of your tenure is expiration of your tenure. You are meant to leave that position on the set day. On Tuesday, non-state actors said to be loyal to the governor went to some of these local governments and occupied this local government secretariat. Certain local government chairmen were spotted from afar and chased away. Of course, we saw what happened at Obiakpo, the local government of the FCT minister, Wike, where they destroyed the bust that was there in the compound. A policeman lost his life in Omune local government, and there was rancor and chaos. The videos are all over. Rancor and chaos in the entire state. We are having Wike versus Fubara part 2, and this time around, a policeman was killed, a local vigilante was killed, as confirmed by the police in Rivers State. How do we solve this crisis permanently? Because at the end of the day, properties are being destroyed, lives are being taken, and the political actors themselves are just chilling where they are. The people that will eventually suffer, like they say, is the grass. Mr. Adekunle.
Well, this is democracy that we voted for. As it is now, it's confusing, but this is a fact that the people will have to take the law into their hand. What I mean take the law into their hands, not as if do what you like. Why not allow this case go to courts? Why not allow regularities, as in let the Constitution determine appropriately? When we take law into our hands, we bring to bear jungle justice. Now that's strong. And that's what is being exhibited as at yesterday and so forth.
Yeah.
Let's let the rule of law, let's let the Constitution take order, take it to court, let the Constitution be interpreted so that we can do it in a peaceful manner. That's why we have the Constitution on the table. But when we begin to do things the way we like, for me, I think the people should take the case to court. Let the Constitution decide. The governor too should hold on. Let the court decide. Don't do things that would make people lose their life. 2 lives has been lost already now.
Yeah.
We don't know how many more.
more.
We don't know how many more. With all this style, as I was leaving the office now, the new caretaker chairman, they've resumed office. they've started dissolving some of the cabinets that the other chairmen have set up.
Some other reports said that some of the local caretaker chairmen was sent away as well.
That was yesterday. I'm talking about what's happening recently now. Even in their resumption of office.
Even today, some of them were not allowed.
Yeah, because yesterday the police took over some of the secretariat. Now, that is what I'm saying. When you do illegality, you bring forth more illegality. Now, that's the problem with the river crisis. So much confusion, so much illegality in here and there. And it's not, let's go through the law, let's interpret the law, let's tell ourselves the truth from what the Constitution has told us to do. That way we can enjoy peace. Without doing that, there'll be more crisis. I said to myself, more crisis to come for rivers if the people don't follow the laid down rules. That's what I see for rivers. But when they follow the laid down rules, peacefully we'll be resolving the issue. It might take time. It might be more than 4 years. But a precedent would have been put in place so that others can build up. But when we do this jungle justice style, this is my power, it's your power, we don't get anywhere with it. Let's refine it. Look at what happened to Trump. With all this badge and ambassador, they gave him time. They went to the courts. And if they are still in court, the situations will improve like that. But if we don't go that way, we'll bring... Let me ask a question, please. Who destroyed the House of Assembly?
That matter is in court as well. Some persons were arrested and some persons were trying to get bail for them out of... It's a lot.
What has that done to the purse of the state, to the infrastructure in the state? You see, you are
finances.
Putting... That's what I'm saying. But when we take it up, let's give time. Let's arrange things appropriately. Put the blocks one after the other. We'll get to the best place. We'll build the best mansion. We'll build the best structures for ourselves.
Anything. I shouldn't use the word godfathers. The fathers, the mothers of rivers, the stakeholders, the senior stakeholders, the leaders of rivers, people that can, make 1 or 2 calls and call these persons to order. What are they doing? We saw Wike versus Fubara part 1. The president called them and we thought, okay, everything will go. It just didn't go. Every day they were attacking each other on every time one person had the opportunity to hold the microphone at an event, you are sure of a knockout being thrown at the next person. And we thought, okay, this is normal in a democracy. But now, part 2, Wike, Fubara. Can't people call these guys to order?
Well, I think I would like to start with that. This might not be the last that we're going to see as regards Wike, as regards Wike versus Fubara, and it's looking like an Indian movie setting where you have different series or different, parts, and it's sad really because the people, bearing the brunt of this are actually the common people, the Rivers people, and as it is, it's appearing that Rivers is not safe for, an innocent person to live. Now, when I say an innocent person, I'm talking about, the person that is, or the person that is focused on his or, making ends meet.
Just staying on his own.
Just staying on his own, minding having exercised, his rights as an indigenous of Rivers State, and, has carried out, the due process, the political, process by voting in who he or she feels should be, the governor. And what we have now is just so sad that 2 powers are clashing, and the people are bearing the brunt. And if the president had intervened at one point, you'd expect that the number 1 citizen of the country, not even of the state, of the country, are called these people together, bury their chest and what have you. And then now something has come up again. So it seems that we need to actually get to the root of this matter.
Can't they call?
If the president can't, achieve a is it lasting peace now? Because how long did it take? How many months ago did it take for the when yes, and how many months has passed that we are now having this issue come up? It shows that somebody needs to bend for somebody.
Okay, let's say the president can't call them to order because some persons probably feel, I'll be coming to you, some persons probably feel he's not from, he's not a Rivers man, let's us do it, settle it internally. What are the stakeholders that can settle it internally doing? Let's even say guys who have ruled from, back then, senior stakeholders, persons like former Governor Peter Odili, for example.
Yeah.
Okay, let's even go further than Odili. Other guys who have been in the states, traditional rulers, say, come on, guys, what's going on here? Our people are the ones. Look at the guys that were pushed out on a Tuesday morning. Guys that should be engaged. Guys that should be doing a 9 to 5. Guys that should be in their various businesses.
Exactly.
Out on the streets in various local governments. So it was not a one-man thing. It was coordinated.
Exactly. So it's something like a sect versus a sect. You understand? So it's about numbers. You know, when it comes to war between, it's always about numbers first, and then propaganda here, propaganda there, and then tactics. Let's attack this place and that. Now, I liked it when you mentioned past governors.
Yeah.
You understand, a past governor and maybe past governors. But when you started mentioning traditional rulers, then it just came to mind. I think there was a video that circulated one time when former governor Nyesom Wike was addressing some of the traditional rulers, and he was telling one of them that this boy, and I don't know if you remember that video.
I do.
And now it goes to show you that maybe that the traditional rulers, when it comes to this particular issue, they might not, be able to actually, give their voices and say, oh, this is what should be, this is what should be. I'm sure most of these people that we are expecting, to rise up and, call these people to order, they actually know what's going on. They know what's going on, and maybe they feel this is the only way to to get this settled. But by getting it settled in this manner, it is affecting people. It's affecting livelihood, and it has cost to people their lives. I feel that if there is anybody that needs to settle this, if there are people that actually have the power to call the two warring parties to order,
the
time to do it
for me that
now.
can bring this thing to bear is the constitution. It's only no matter who is intervening or who is interfering, the constitution is the grand norm. Let's hold on to it. Let's follow it. That's what can call anybody to order. If we do it anyway, it doesn't work.
All right.
Follow the constitution.
All right. Like Eniton said, who knows what part we are going to? We've seen Wike Fubara part 1. We are seeing Wike Fubara part 2. We don't know how long this movie is going to continue. We can only appeal to both stakeholders who are members of the same party, who until months ago were relatively close, because this is a governor succeeding a governor, a former governor who virtually worked for him, or like they say in local parlance, put him there. So they shouldn't have lost all the good relationship they probably have had over the years, and hopefully for the sake of the Rivers people, something will be done. Look at those young men that were everywhere protesting in quotes, and reports of them killing 2 persons already. Perhaps it was even more. Perhaps that was what was captured by the media. Perhaps certain things happened that will be getting unraveled later. But for the sake of peace, for the sake of the Rivers people, I think both leaders should share their sword and seek a path that will be favorable for their people. Very quickly move to the next topic, and it will be virtually impossible for us to ignore the lives that have been lost due to the recent cholera outbreak. It started like a joke. 2 persons died from the outbreak, and then it moved on to
cholera
up
killed.
until it was 15. And then as of today, it's 21 in Lagos. And we all know the celebrations that took place some days ago. Persons exchanged where they used to stay, movements all around, people moving from place to place, and probably passing cholera around. And then the question somebody asked just before we went on air is, why is cholera still killing anybody in big 2024? I'll be starting with you, Anything. It was a Lagos issue, and then now we don't even know how big it is, because most times when things start from Lagos, it's easy for you to trap it and then calculate things, and then like COVID, it was big in Lagos, and then what was Ebola, now it is coming out big again. This is not news to us. Cholera is not news to us, but the impact, who knows how many persons we saw what was happening in Lagos, Beggar, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, how many persons were trying to leave for leave for Oshun. Who knows what these persons have taken down to some of these people who probably do not even have access to proper health care like it is here. And then cholera is now back. How? Why 2024?
Okay, well, to start with, I think it will be difficult to determine why. Although I think Lagos State government, they said they are already conducting, a test to ascertain the cause, because there was, some sort of speculation that it was as a result of tiger nuts that some people drank. However, the health sector in the state has, come to debunk that and, ask people to, just, calm down about, such speculation. However,
Tiger nut and Zobo.
Yeah, tiger nut and Zobo, but I think it's just people just saying out
people
of
being people.
Exactly. So it could be that an affected person at that point took tiger nut and could have resulted in some complication. But in tiger, there's no way it could have been as a result of tiger nuts. You understand? However, first off, we need to determine the cause of this. Now, before it is being determined, the cause is being determined, everyone needs to take hygiene very seriously.
Yeah.
Everyone. Now, when I say everyone, it cuts, across every sphere. It goes beyond your house, goes to your workplace, and it goes to even the places that you eat. Now, when I talk about places that you eat, we have, in quotes, bookers everywhere. You need to be very careful. No matter how hungry you are, you need to be careful and watchful of what you eat and the utensils you use as well, the water that you drink, and another thing is, you said somebody was asking why in 2024. It will shock you that in 2024, I was reading a report earlier and it was saying that generally, I think across the world, I think it was a CDC stats that said that I think about 1 million people or so, I'm not too certain now, but it was a large number of people that died as a result of cholera. And so it's not just here in Nigeria. However, hygiene is very important. You understand? Because the effect of cholera, it's very fast. It acts very fast, in the body. And you start having maybe diarrhea, you start, getting dehydrated. The person start getting dehydrated and all sorts, and the person can just lose weight instantly. And if not immediately, treated, it leads to death. Is that lethal?
Now, death, like Anything said,
Yeah.
Lagos is actually very dirty. Everywhere you go on the island, there are these streets, the House of Assembly street. That House of Assembly street, when you turn right as if you are going to ICM, there is no day or time I pass through that place and there's this foul smell. And that's just one out of 1 million places. On the island as well, interestingly, I was watching the Commissioner for Health say that it started from the island. This present cholera outbreak. Even on the island, you see people pooping in
Defecation.
in places that you expect that the human mind can't comprehend why such grown-up person is doing such a thing. Lagos Island, mainland, then let's even move outside of Lagos. Ibadan.
Generally, I would say we are not a clean or neat people. Check now. Check history, check our estate, check everywhere. Even Osborne, their own septic tank, their own toilets, coming out into the two houses that we're living. A lot of them use some very powerful, I don't know how to perfume or air fresheners to terrible smell that you throw up. Where is this smell coming from? In Osborne. The same thing in Ikoyi area. There was a story I read about somebody in one house channeling his own septic tank to the drainage in Ikoyi.
Wow.
So we're driving with one Range Rover and somebody just wind out the glass and traces suya paper outside on the road. So why wouldn't we have cholera? We are lucky. We are not living in where there's snow. Would have been dead by now. But thank God we have those who are proactive among us who want to tell us to stop these things. And some of us are trying to stop. Our own area here, you see people defecate on the lady. It's defecation. So and these things, cholera is waterborne and food together. So how we have to manage ourselves appropriately to get out of it. But again, we have good health commissioners that are working tooth and nail to educate us on how to stop it. Let's give them room. But I know that we still have a long way to go to curb some of these problems.
A long way to go. Anything. Do we still have to teach people that you have to, it was during COVID. I think that was the last time everybody knew they were supposed to wash their hands. And they were meant to, basics. I think these are basics.
Yeah.
You have to wash your hands. You have to be sure your plates are clean. You can feel, when something is clean, you can feel it. Not manage the oil with it.
Yeah.
And, just, if you are clean enough, I think you can beat cholera. It's just you you finish eating whatever you eat. Just put it in the right place. Put it in your pocket if you there's no available dustbin or anything. I mean, do we have to lecture people?
Do we have to lecture people? No.
Yes.
But should we lecture people? Yes. You understand? Because there are basic things that people, ought to have known. Do you understand me? However, with the recent cases that we have had and the deaths, we should inform people. We should re-inform people, sensitize people, because people are living ignorantly. I was coming from Ojota today, and by the first pedestrian bridge at Ojota, I just saw somebody urinating. It was open, and in my mind, I was almost going to meet him. In my mind, I was like, "Why are you doing this thing?" But I know that I don't have agbára so much. I cannot fight. If I just go now, he can just turn and even if he doesn't pee on me, he can just arrange boys and they just beat me up. But I don't want to spoil my steez. You get. But however, now jokes apart, is quite, because that's where it starts. Those are the kind of things that we do and we are ignorant of. You were talking about open defecation the other time. It's sad that when you go along the newly constructed, reconstructed roads, and you just see by the aisles, and you see what I don't want to mention.
If you want
maybe number one, number two. Yes,
office,
it's
just
exactly. And it's not just
successfully.
You understand? Stepping on
navigating on
land mass. You understand? And it's sad because people don't know the implication of this. The implication of this is that it's causing infections and it's getting people killed. I was talking about stats the other time. I think it was over 150,000 from January till now. Over 150,000 cases, and like 1,775 people have died as a result of. Yes, as a result.
Globally have died.
Yes, as a result of.
People have died in 6 months.
Yeah, as a result of cholera, and it's sad. So we need to take the responsibility. You understand? Yeah, we understand that. Yes, the government should do the needful. But if the government keep doing what it takes to prevent cases like this, we shouldn't be the ones to counter. Circumvent their efforts by urinating where you should not urinate, by defecating where you should not defecate. Another thing is washing your hands. Do I need to tell you? Because the amount of time that I put my hands up
in
here,
my nose,
I can't count. You understand? So what I do is every time I go to the toilet, I wash my hand. I go as far as cleaning the toilet, even if I had met it in a messed up state. I make sure I clean it. Even the floor, I make sure I do that. Now, what I also do is I wash my hands every now and then. And it was not as if there was cholera outbreak then, but it's just something that, since COVID and, when you have seen people get infected with COVID, you understand, and you have heard that a certain number of people have died, you don't want the same thing to happen. If you don't think about yourself, think about your loved ones. Think about the innocent people, the innocent children that go to school every morning, And so everybody needs to, just guard up and do what's necessary.
We can't rule out the duties of the government. I can't remember the last time I saw the Lagos State Health Commissioner on television. I can't remember up until now.
Yeah.
But as a government, these things happen on a daily basis. Heap of death here and there. They are not. These are not new things. In Lagos, it's everywhere. It's almost everywhere. If we start from the beginning to the end of Lagos, you will find some of these things everywhere. I mean, the House of... I'm saying it again, I'm so sorry, but this is the Lagos State House of Assembly. On that street of the Lagos State House of Assembly, and then on that road that leads to the Secretariat, from the Secretariat down, that route, anybody that understands what I'm saying, you cannot pass that place in Alausa. You can, if you go there now, you pass through and feel it. And then I feel, do these guys see that they are in wounded up cars and they don't know, perhaps, or can't people feel what I'm feeling? Or am I the one that is not normal? You get? So what should the government be doing on a normal, not because we have cholera today and then we postpone it in maybe 2029 when something else.
So government is who? Me?
Yes, the
you,
people.
And them.
Yeah.
So we all together have to start working towards
people in elected positions
that
are getting paid.
People
who are driving SUVs.
Okay, you want me to say for them?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, education will be one. Keep educating the people. Keep informing us on what we need to do to live a long life, to be healthy, to live an hygienic life. We need that education. It shouldn't be stopped. It's to continue every day, every time. Then two, they should also employ people that will get, and maybe they call them the wole-woles, health officials, or who keep going to houses, encouraging people on how to live neatly, clean style of living.
Sanitation.
And also what? Apprehend those who are not living right, or who are not living in clean style. I don't know how the word to use now. Those who are dirty. Some people are naturally dirty. Their estates, their front of their houses, they are being everything. They don't care. But again, there should be somebody who will do all this check this, check that. Those people too should be equipped to do their work well. And thank God for the Lagos commissioner, what's his name, that is destroying some houses that are. I'm trying to remember his name. Yeah. Environment. Growing some way or somewhat, one way or the other. So we need to, things should be standardized. I think that's where I'm going. What we should do here, when we get to this place, is how it should be. Let it be like that from Genesis to the revelation of our time. These houses should be built like this. Let it be like that. That way, we should build it that way. But we see when we begin to cut corners,
sticking to the rules.
We stick to the rules. Health-wise, this road passes through this place. Sorry to pause a bit. I just remember that the drainages on this road, if you get there, you see a lot of dirt in the drainages. So somebody
by our people, by Nigerians.
By the people. So, okay, somebody has committed that crime. We're supposed to apprehend who did that. Okay, we're supposed to clean the drainage. We're supposed to be there to check if somebody is going to come to do the same thing again. Nobody. On this Ogun State axis, you see some, I don't know how to call it, some pent market, some penta markets. People are using that to fill maybe the waterways close to the university. They're close to what's their university? Mountain of Fire University. Death is growing on the road. Nobody's checking, nobody's controlling. Somebody should be there every day, every time to say, no, this is wrong. And you stop the people from doing it. But when we are lax, now we are complaining because cholera is out on the outbreak. When we are lax, we need it to continue. But when you continually say, don't put your wares on the road, this year, next year, this month, next week, continually, it becomes a norm. People will be forced. But you do it now and you go back and relax.
Chill.
Somebody else comes.
Yes, I was going to say something. So before we start enforcing, these things, permit me to say that the population that we have, maybe the states, are we checking the population that we have in the states? And by mentioning population, are we providing, maybe public toilets? You understand? So because if you say don't urinate here, people don't read. I don't know if they can't read. I don't know if they can read and intentionally just ignore. But before you start enforcing, make room or make provision for an alternative. You understand? Just like people that cross the express road are being arrested, which is a very good. Even my sister was arrested. Which is a very good move. I was almost arrested one time too, but since then I never crossed again. Yes, I never crossed.
But is that enforcement still going on?
It is. I still saw them.
It's going
I think yesterday. I still saw them.
Yes.
I think since then when I watched them, I'm sure that you understand. Even yes. So
we all know.
So if there are what's it called now? Public toilets for people to urinate and then try to ensure that the parks that we have and these especially public places that people gather too much, you create room for where people can do number one and number two. You understand? Then you start enforcing. So like this morning I said, if I were an enforcement official, I'll just go and arrest the person. And then we too as people, we need to be aware of the dangers of these things so that whenever we spot anybody doing what is wrong, we can correct because feign ignorance, and we just, everybody just looks away and mind that it's high time we knew that this is our business because people are dying.
21 dead already in Lagos. Perhaps it will increase. Now, those are Lagos numbers. We don't know what's going down in other states, especially with Sallah break a few days ago when lots of families, celebrated, had fun, ate meat, and, did a lot of things. Now, to Sallah celebration, actually, people, to even the government, many people have come out to complain about the state of things. We all know what led to where we are today. Fuel subsidy was removed by the government, by the president. Forex subsidy was equally removed, and other subsidies. And myself and a colleague of mine went to the big meat markets, around markets, and we were looking at some of these markets and speaking to people involved, the buyers and sellers alike. Buyers were complaining, sellers were complaining. Sellers were saying this time last year they have hundreds and thousands of sales, but this year people were only coming one after the other to buy. And sellers were saying the reason why we are coming one after the other to buy is because you want to be sure if the amount you will take to this market will be enough to get you a misoro at least.
Meaning?
Misoro is
a medium.
A medium, yeah.
Or a tiny.
In fact, that was where I learned the meaning of the misoro. So, which one is misoro? They said misoro is something that is not too big, not too small, but is enough for a family that is not too large.
I thought it was ragu.
No. They said they called it misoro.
Okay.
And then we interviewed after seeing the way one guy was practically almost battling one of the sellers. Say for me at this price. No, I'm not saying for you. Let's speak to you, talk to us. And the guy said, last year we bought something of this around 180, 200. As and now, this guy says he wants to sell it for me for 530. And I said I am not going beyond, is it 320 or 3 something? If he doesn't allow me pay 3 something, where? I don't have a choice. I have to leave. We in the mood. Nah, fine. Of course, celebration went on, but it was in a downward scheme, something of sort. People just have to celebrate because some persons have been contributing, paying shift for months. Some had to call their families abroad, saying, when you hustle 50k here and there, 100k, it can get you at least get to a misoro or something. So, Sallah celebration bleak. Perhaps it tells us that in the next 6 months, perhaps
Christmas is coming.
Perhaps it's telling us that when the next big celebration is coming, Nigerians will just do it.
It will be better. It will be
way.
better. It will be better. Now, this is a celebration we have to celebrate. And when it comes to celebration, somehow we'll not be able to do what we did last year. Living, you see, it gives us this vibe, this vigor, strength. That we're able to do something, even if we just have to keep going on. We will struggle, survive this thing together. See, it's going to be better. It can only get better. Let me go to one of my in-laws. He said it can only get better. Don't mind the situation. But celebration is what keeps us going. We put laughter on our face. As we're doing this haggling, we are doing this bantering, and we are celebrating. We are buying, even if you can't buy much, we are using water, you just be laughing and be drinking it. It gives you life. It gives you hope.
So we should continue suffering with swag.
I'm not saying suffering. We're bearing. We are trying to get somewhere. The government is trying to take us somewhere. Now, where they want to take us to, it's only by hope we will get there. If we decide to be, I don't know the right word to use now, to be sober, to be sorrowful, to dwell in it now leads to depression, leads to some other things, to that suicidal thinking. But just get up and enjoy the moment as it is. Don't do beyond yourself. Do according to what you have. Cut your clothes according to cut your clothes
according to your material.
Okay.
Cloak.
So whatever.
I think
just look at
according to what you have.
So you cut it the way you wear. So you do it the way you care. Somebody came to us and gave us some meat. Now he couldn't give us more. One said, "Look, this year I couldn't."
You collected.
Somebody gave us one.
Okay, after the show, you haven't mentioned it. Thank you.
So that was yesterday.
In the house.
No, we're not saying it. That was yesterday, and it's not enough. But again, we managed. We are moving on. I'm like, okay, Christmas is coming. What am I going to do in retaliation of what he has done for me? So you need to check. But again, we have to create joy in this crisis. We have to create happiness. So let's keep celebrating with what we have.
Sallah 2024, people can hardly buy a misoro.
Yeah.
Are we? If we continue with this, it will be good. Like Mr. Lee is saying, one day. This one day. Are you sure Sallah 2025 too? We will not say last year it was 520. This year is 890. Are we sure that's not where we are going?
Well, I have not seen the future yet. If I do, I don't know. I might probably keep that to myself. If it's going to like almost ₦1 million for Misoro. Yeah, I understand the fact that we need to be optimistic about the economic situation. However, it does not stop the fact that we need to state what the fact is. I was talking about fish, and yesterday I was having a discussion with a woman, and we're talking about how I think Titus now fish had become the king of fish.
Yeah.
When I think like croaker. Thank you very much. I heard that a pack is now like around maybe 81,000 naira.
2 plus 2 3 is about 5k.
So a pack is now around 81,000 naira, and they said it used to be for like maybe 12 to 17,000 naira or so. Now, things are actually expensive. Yeah, a ram that I think around 300,000 or around 300,000. So the reality is that things are are expensive, or things are some are. Or however, I think in cases like this, if possible, what people need to do, like people do with Uber rides, when you pull together, it's possible. Don't do beyond yourself. You understand? It's possible. So I think in the United States, I was privy to this as a result of somebody that I know, and said what they do is maybe they can just pull, they buy a ram together, and they share. What they do when they go to the butcher's place, they kill it, they share. So you take a certain share, I take a certain share. So when it comes to things like this, and with the way the economy is, I think it's right for people. It doesn't demean you. It doesn't. You understand?
So
just,
people that could buy
if you can, exactly, and
should share this year.
Well, if you can,
rather than 1 to 2 families,
it could be a cow, and it could be a cow. Actually, you understand? It could be a cow. It could be
the appropriate animal for that
exactly.
celebration is a ram.
I'm just saying. No. I'm not saying.
I don't know if.
No. I'm not saying based. I'm not going into the religion aspect of it, but we are just talking about the economy. You understand?
Just get something.
Well, yeah.
If I have to share
what works for you,
we'll share, brother.
Yeah, we'll share, and if you can't, well,
all right. Well, unfortunately, time is not our friend. It's been fun, with this very, 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 very intelligent men here, giving us their own opinion on some of the most hot topics. Hot topics in the Nigerian polity. My producer saying it's time for us to go. Thank you very much, our viewer, for being a part of this production. We are here because you are there. A very big thank you to Eniton Daramola on my left, and Mr. Adekunle Aliu, his second time on the show, and he's already a veteran on this very, very show. Thank you very much for watching, our viewers. My name is Sheikh Godon. I say have a very great weekend that starts tomorrow. Stay out of trouble. God bless you. We'll see you next week Thursday, same time. God bless you.